Hello and welcome to Regulatory Wrap. This week, the Securities and Exchange Commission has published its examination priorities for 2024. Despite a rather fast-changing financial environment, the SEC has actually returned to some traditional industry priorities, including a focus on investment advisors, fiduciary duties, and liquidity. As well as this, the SEC is also prioritising some trending topics, including adherence with the new marketing rule, operational resilience, and Reg BI. The most interesting thing about this year's priorities isn't really what's included, but actually what's been left out. After a 2-year barrage of enforcements for record-keeping failures and off-channel comms, there's actually no mention of these within the priorities. Off-channel comms has now accounted for almost $3 billion in regulatory fines, mostly coming out of the US, but the US regulator hasn't marked it as an examination priority for the year ahead. In fact, there are a number of focus areas that appear to have flown under the radar in this year's priorities. Expansive and fast-moving topics like AI are mentioned, but not in depth. Generative AI doesn't get a look in. Another big topic is ESG, which, after featuring for the last 3 years, has been dropped completely from the SEC priority list. A few weeks ago, I asked whether we're on the cusp of a more modern regulatory approach. Looking at the SEC's priorities for the year ahead, it seems as though the regulator is reverting to conventional compliance topics rather than attempting to focus on more innovative or emerging risks. It will be interesting to see how this plays out in practice. Join us next week for another Regulatory Wrap.